Hello everybody, I am the Sonic Arrow, and welcome to a series that I am starting, Minecraft 100 Days, No Structures. Now, the series will be episodic. I will release a day at a time. But, what do I mean by no structures? Do I mean no building houses, no player building anything? No. What I mean is no naturally occurring structures. No villages, no jungle temples, no strongholds, no nether fortresses, none of that is spawning. It's just us, what we can gather on our own, and that's it. Now, a couple of hurdles for this series. I will be doing my best to get villagers. I don't get them for a very long time. It is a pain to get zombie villagers to convert and cure, because I never have a witch at the same time as a zillager. Well, I can't say never, but mostly never. You get what I mean, right? Right? Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. You know what I mean. But that doesn't mean naturally occurring things are just out the window. No, there are structure-like features that are not affected by toggle structures. So, of course, no villages, no strongholds, nether fortresses, piglin bastions, none of that. But there are things like amethyst geodes that do spawn. They're called structure-like features, and amethyst geodes are one. The mossy boulders you see in mega taigas are one of them. Desert wells are one of them, and those will spawn in this world. A lot of them are quite useless, but the desert well, it's got archaeology stuff, and we delve into that. I don't want to talk about it until then, but let's just say there are a few things. I am playing this in 1.20.0. I am not playing on any bug fix releases of 1.20, and it's gonna show. Trust me, it will show. But with that out of the way, let's see what happens in these 100 days of Minecraft with no natural spawning structures. Alright, here we are on day 1. We are creating our new Minecraft world called No Housies. And remember, I'm not playing without building. No, that would be stupid. But that's also a different Minecraft challenge altogether. Some of the original challenges, like the challenge where you don't build, is called the Nomad Challenge. Basically, you just pack whatever you can on your person. No shulker boxes, no ender chests. At least I'm aware of. It's called the Nomad Challenge. You take what you can, and you just keep traveling. You never settle down. You just keep walking. Sleep if you want, if you don't want. And that's it. That's all you do. You play the game that way. Now, as you saw just a second ago, I added some data packs. Now, Minecraft is supposed to be fun, and I am playing with data packs and not mods. These are just some quality of life things like the Timber data pack. Thank you, vanillatweaks.net. Go check those out if you play on PC, because those data packs for 1.9, 1.10 as early, like, there's things. And I also have the classic fishing loot because I make an AFK fish farm. I don't use it much. I just do it for a little bit of food and such. But here we are, spawning into our world. Everything is looking ahead, and we have no worries except frames. Oh god, the lag in this world was nuts. I tell you what. I'm going to be loading in, and you're going to see, maybe, that there's quite a bit of lag. But I'm very ecstatic because we spawn in a mega taiga, and there are those mossy boulders that I told you about. And you can kind of see how excited I am. I'm jumping around. I spawned next to a lava lake, but I ignore that because I need to go and do the first day things. Get wood, get tools, get stone. After that, it's anyone's guess what I do. I mean, not anybody's guess, because right here, I'm making an axe and a pickaxe, because here's the Timber data pack in action. It just chops down a whole tree. The qualifier for that one, I think, in the code is if it has leaves on it, it counts as a tree. If it's a big naturally generated stem with leaves on it, then that's a tree. And it comes in very handy. I don't want to chop down that big boy yet, because that will take up all of my wooden axe and not give me all of the tree. It's very, very fickle. But I digress. Here I am gathering sweet berries, one of the greatest early sources of food in the entire game. These sweet berries help, but I also saw this cow, and hopefully PETA's not watching. But you know what? That just makes PETA a hypocrite if they're on my case about it. I'm not gonna further that comment. I'm just gonna say, PETA, you know what you done. Hey, look at that. I am finally making a furnace. I found a little bit of stone here, and with a little bit of mining, I got not only a shovel, a pickaxe, and an axe, but a furnace. But I also need charcoal, because I need torches. And what better way to make charcoal than by deforestation? Deforestation, part of a complete and balanced breakfast. I don't see the problem with deforestation if you don't. I mean, chop down a few trees for some material. Sure, I can understand that. Just replant them. That's all you gotta do, replant them. Now, mine down the whole forest without replanting. Even if you do replant, I think that's a problem. But we're not worried about the forest right now. Right now, I am in a cave. It was more of a naturally generated tunnel, but I count it as a cave. I think cave sounds can play. Do they? I don't know. You'll never know, because this entire series had audio issues. I don't know what was going on with OBS, but some stuff was happening. So I'm going to input some Minecraft music. So, yeah, it won't be completely dead silent. Well, that was fun discovering all of the vast nothingness that was in that natural tunnel. But nothing a little walking can't solve. Go on a nice therapeutic nature walk. Because who doesn't love getting up and exercising? I sure don't. Well, yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. I really do. Walks are beneficial for you, and walking is healthier than running. See right here, if Steve wasn't such a Chad Ultra Uber Pro master of bone development, he'd be doing some considerable damage. But he doesn't do things like eat raw sugar like I do. I mean, my bones are screaming for calcium. And speaking of calcium, there's some calcium deposits called dripstone. I don't think I explored this cave because I'm not ready for that yet. I need iron armor before I do anything. And iron armor is going to be difficult in this series because no villagers to trade with, and I don't get any till at least day 60, I think. Don't quote me on that. We'll get there when we get there. But until then, we're just going to do a lot of walking today on day 1. Very therapeutic. Speaking of therapeutic, how many of you have actually actively walked into an ice spikes biome? I was very excited because I never find these. Ice spikes are just one of the coolest looking places I can think of. But, considering that there's a lot of ice around, I decided to build myself a boat and go sledding on the ice to move around faster. Aside from my abysmal driving skills, it was very hard to control. Normally, I can drive better on the ice, but it was very narrow at some points, and I thought, oh, I can correct myself. Whoops, nope. Here we go. Slow down. Slow central. It's come to an end, hasn't it? Oh boy, that was fun. You know what else is fun? Finding pumpkins in 10 frames a second. But you know what? Pumpkins are good. Pumpkins are always good. They are a great automatic source of bone meal. And when I eventually do get villagers, I can trade these pumpkins with a farmer that actually wants to trade. But until then, they can be used for a good source of bone meal. You just need to have an automatic collector of sorts, and you're golden. I mean, that's bone meal up the wazoo, and you don't even have to do much. Speaking of not much, this cave wasn't much, and I thought it was going to be better. I mean, I did find a piece of iron or two, but it also was just very empty. Just like my hunger bar. And that's the way it's going to stay until I get something other than sweet berries to eat. But I found a lava pit that has spiraled out of control. Save the Amazon, folks. Save the Amazon. I don't know. That joke just wrote itself. I'm not going to say it was a good joke, but it wrote itself. Was Minecraft always this dark? I feel like it wasn't. But hey, I found a lush cave. At least that was illuminated. Oh, it was lava illuminating it. Yeah, I gotta do something about that, don't I? And do something I did. I boxed it off and waited for it to clear, but I needed to hide, so I just found myself a small spot in the side of the wall, and I just boxed myself in. Why do dudes have nipples?